Pastor Shola, come, bring your mic. Come and talk a little more on some of these statistics. You know, I know you've shared it in the church, but not everybody attends HQ. So, some of these leaders. Yes.
Thank you very much. I want us to appreciate Pastor once more this morning. Because God has given us a Father who is not just interested in our spiritual well-being. You know, Pastor is very much interested in our spiritual health, but is also very much interested in our welfare and in our prosperity. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Recently, I just want to share the statistics with us. The Lekki-Epe axis is currently reputed to be the fastest growing economy in the world at the moment. And not just that it is the fastest growing economy in the world, it is the fastest in the history of any economy in the world. So it's not just that it's currently the fastest growing. What this means is that no economy has grown as fast as the economy that you and I are part of. No economy has grown this fast. And a lot of things are contributing to this factor at the moment. Before Governor Fashola left office, statistics has it that 30,000 people commute into Lagos on a daily basis. From the airport, from the waterways, and from the bus terminals and all of that. Not just people who come to visit, people who come to stay. About 30,000 people on a daily basis. And from when he left office till now, if you extrapolate, you will know what that number is right now. And that before they used to stop at the mainland. But now, because of what is happening here, a lot of them don't stop at the mainland anymore. Everybody's crossing over to this side. That's why you notice that recently we have an upsurge of bus terminals from Ajah here down all the way, showing that intercity transport out of Lagos is now recognizing the Lekki-Epe corridor. So that number alone is a huge economic potential. Again, the Lekki toll bridge that was developed just a couple of years ago, currently the Lagos state government has an offer of $200 million from a consortium to buy that bridge for just 25 years. $200 million today is about 60 billion naira just to hold that bridge for 25 years. And this has opened the eyes of the state government to the potential that abounds around this axis. So a South African company also did a research and discovered that to commute from VI down to Epe in 2018, currently it takes about 2-3 hours, but when the traffic is even at peak traffic, it can take you 4 hours. But by then, even when there might not seem to be traffic, it's reputed that it might not take you less than 6 hours to move from VI to Epe, and this has economic implications. So the government is doing everything possible, because this place that is meant to be the central nerve of this economy that is emerging cannot just be served by one artery. So the government, God in his wisdom, gave us a governor from this part of Lagos, and he is not resting in his words. So he's trying to make sure that the lagoon way, there will be a lagoon path that can move from VI down to Ajah here, terminate somewhere at Badore. That one is already under design. The 4th mainland bridge has been, all of us witnessed the signing of the memorandum of understanding for the 4th mainland bridge. And then there's a coastal road that is supposed to lead from VI down all the way this way. Even though before now successive governments have tried to do that road, but they discovered a large chunk of the road has been given out to real estate people. Houses are now standing, but Governor Ambode has vowed to, even if the road has to meander, even if he has to meander the road, he has vowed that that road must be done. And skeletal works, survey works, and all of that are ongoing as we speak at the moment. And then in the whole of Africa now, Dangote is doing the largest fertilizer and petrochemical company even within this Lekki Free Trade Zone. So all of these economic, all of these huge economic potentials around this place. If you take a drive down this way, you will see the rate at which properties are surging up on a daily basis. So our eyes need to be open to where we are, where God has strategically positioned us in this season, and we need to do everything to take advantage of this divine positioning.
Okay, everybody write a page, open page. 12 major problems is 30,000 people. 30,000 times 30 days is like how many people? 900. That's almost 1 million every month. Now, just think about the problems that they have, plus the existing people already in Lagos that they are facing. They said out of the people that are trooping into Lagos, 60% are moving this way now. Of course, you know, there are other axes. Lagos seems to be moving in about 3 or 4 directions. There is the Kurudu, there is the Badagry. Developments are moving in all this direction. I'm also told that there is this other direction towards, apart from what you see going in this direction. I've always made this illustration. Can I get a bottle of water? But not this one I want to drink. Because I need to drink that one. But this will not work very well because you have rug on the floor. So I'm going to do something, open it. I'm going to do something with the table where these gentlemen are sitting. And that might mean spoiling your book. See, this is how a city moves. It's like water. When you pour water, when you pour it on its own, it chooses direction. This one is heading this way. I see 2 different directions. It's heading this way and this way. You can't see it very well there, but if it's a background now and I pour it and I empty this thing, you might choose about three different directions or 2. Any city where you are, check where is that city moving. Cities also have future. What if you are among those who started living in Lagos like 1960 when we got independence? You will probably still be at a Butemeta, some inner part of Yaba, some part of Surele. You have missed Ikeja, you have missed VI, you have missed. And whatever you thought you did then, if somebody comes to look at it now, it's one of those buildings that needs to be brought down. You were part of yesterday, you did not partake in the future. Why? Vision, 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 vision. Ability to see that one that is not yet obvious to the normal people. Because finally, where vision points, we get there, everybody can see it now. So, I don't know which part of Lagos you live in, but you need to check the directions. Which of these 3 directions? And sometimes it happens on its own, like this water. Sometimes certain factors decide, like it could be wind, it could be the tangent, certain other factors. I want this to be removed so that they can, and we might need something to dry it up. Maybe you push the table this way, you fall on the ground. Okay. Thank you. Beautiful. Now, what government does sometimes is that they go and provide infrastructure. They've seen certain areas, they want the human beings to move in that direction. They provide certain infrastructures there. And then people, because development is powered by more than 90% by the people, not government. Government only creates the enabling factors to drive it. It's the people. What is driving Lagos is people power. People. And they are coming from different parts of the country. So everybody now, right? 12 major problems these people are likely to be facing. 12 major. And each of these problems is an opportunity. Write it also under it. Each of these problems is a business. Each of these problems is an opportunity. I'll give you an idea. For example, schools are needed. I just drove round. I've done it about 3 times. I've only seen 2 very good schools from here down that side. Actually, one very, very good school, which is Green School. There are some of these parts like no school. I have gone to go and take a look. Houses. So, don't just dream to build for yourself. Dream to build for 900,000 people that are homeless, that are coming into this city every month. And that means that you have to think in different dimensions. Because duplexes, many of these new arrivals can't afford that. But there are those who can. Some are where they can afford 1 bedroom. Some need accommodation. They don't need sophisticated. Some need those sophisticated ones. What if somebody decides that your own investment in property is for the new arrivals, school leavers, who can't afford 1 million, 3 million, who can't afford 800,000, 500,000, that you want to be scooping up guys who can give you like 80G, 100G, 120, that class. Do you know what you're going to do? What if you want to go for the high class? Eateries. We've seen Mr. Biggs and all that. You're waiting for Mr. Biggs to come and take over the place again. What about you? Brand one eatery. Maybe you have to partner with somebody. That's what is called vision. Like next Saturday, there's something God just told me, and that's what I was speaking in tongues on. I'm going to show you how to cause vision to happen. I don't know, because I've already seen now. We have some other things to do today. Transportation. Don't just think about car to carry you. Can you think about moving masses of people? Can that kind of thing get into you? What about fashion? Our people like young people. They like to. Women, their own is another thing. If you don't know where most of their money is going, it's on fixing the outward man. What about Christian bookshop? Do you know that from here now all the way to there is not a single one? So everybody has to come and go inside VI to go to Lantana bookshop. Now it was that Lantana man, when we went to register to be part of the outlet, that told, he said, the kind of millions in books, you guys don't have a clue. And so what he did is, instead of just selling Christian books, he also opened outlet for business books, management books, and other things. Not a single one. What about event centers? To do wedding, they all have to come down this way. I hope you know what a co-hotel is charging. We tried to do one event. I wanted to hold a miracle service. 15 million. That's what they charged us. One day event. But they said 10 first, then the other packages, you know. Yes, and all of that. So an Indian group went not far from where they are and set up another one they call Landmark and tried to make it decent inside. Fabricated building, not as sophisticated as the other one. And so they started with 3 million. We have used it, we ourselves have gone. And now I heard that it's almost pursuing where the original one is. How much is it now? Somebody saying 7. I don't know whether it's 7 or 6. 7. So they just removed like 3 million, and a lot of activities are shifting. Okay, see place now. What some are doing with big tents, small tents like this kind of tent can be making millions. I hope you are charging for wedding or Pastor. I hope you are charging or somebody say I want to do reception. Church owes them the ceremony, not reception. She's looking at me. What about interior decoration? All these houses that they build. Now empty house people go there. What if you can set up a furniture shop? I hope you know it's banned, so we need to make them here now. What if you can get this company, this thing they are bringing it to us from China, to come here and set it up? Let me tell you what happened with my birthday. 2 different groups wanted to make me traditional. I love white. But of course, they said, Pastor, you're not wearing white. Last year, I wore white. I was in Abuja and they gave me white. I'm a white. I don't know how I developed that appetite, but it's even Pastor said, I teamed up with them. You're not wearing white. I said, okay, what should I wear? So they brought some pictures, blue, black, navy blue. I said, okay, blue, light blue is good. This one. And on the internet, they found a guy that makes one of them, and he's based in Ibadan. Was it Ibadan or Ekiti? Pastor Sarah, where is that guy? Ibadan or Ekiti? Ibadan. For on the internet, they found him. Somebody they don't know before, because they can see what he has made. They called the number there. The guy answered. They placed an order, and he said, "Get the pastor's site," and they sent my site. He said they need it fast. Whether it's 3 days or 4 days, he sends somebody to come and deliver it. That's what I was wearing that Sunday. Of course, even though they gave me Agbada too, you know, I'm not an Agbada type of person. I have to wear it to smile, take pictures. The moment they were through, I don't know when last I will see that. But in case you want to buy me one, put Agbada in it. It's nice. You don't have to. But I just said to myself, the guy said he has clients in Lagos. He can't afford what they are calling for shop. So he puts a factory somewhere in the outskirts. But he uses internet and other means. So what he did inside Lagos, he has agents that deliver to customers. And they get 10% cut. Agents. So he needs to deliver to the island. There is an agent here. The guy that brought it was here. So that gentleman never leaves his base, but he's doing business all over. So you order whichever, he has somebody there that will pick it up and deliver. So he has a way of mailing it to that person. The person will come to your door and deliver. Where are all this our internet marketing? How can I forget that? Wakana.com, that's for traveling. Where are the ones that said Konga, Jumia? That's how the guy took some of that idea, added it to his. So when it comes to making factory, you can be making it, making furniture inside a bed and be. What about interior decor? Can you even be the one that help people finish up the building? There's so many other things. And we have not touched services. So we have not touched services. What is removing this way? What about water? Water is cheap in Lagos. It's available. It's natural. You dig, you see it. But what about sand? What about building materials? See a cluster of them. As you start moving down, you see some people that have brought some of these things. You need to furnish your bedrooms, what you need to, all the way to, around that Muto gate, around that area. You start going down to Lake Festival. You see a few of them on this side. Why should anybody be driving to VI to buy those basic things? The reason they are telling you that traffic will take 6 to 8 hours is to let you know that people need the services near them. Don't tell everybody to be coming here for church and they're going to be how many hours in church. Every junction, they need their own luminosity. You move down their own DC. You move down their own DC. You move down their own DC. That's one of the things we need to sort out now within the next 30 days. Give every part of this area from beginning to end. And of course, every part of Lagos, our own church. We have almost 9 million people coming in every year. What about their salvation? Is that not more armed robbery, more wahala, more ritual, more somebody that will kill his wife, or somebody that will stab the husband, or somebody that will become a prostitute, more somebody? If you remove that spiritual capital, that thing that you invest in men to make them responsible citizens, the life of God is also more wahala for the city of Lagos. So who is going to supply that one? The schools or government? No. It's us. I just mentioned a few things, but I'm leaving you to do your own thinking and brainstorming. There's so much. I made a list and came out with 60 different things that I consider to be. Okay. Acts chapter 2, where Peter was quoting Joel. He said, in the last days, this is what prophet Joel said, in the last days I'll pour out my spirit upon all flesh. Can we just look at that and pray? I want us to pray, because as we pray now, it will start happening. The first law of conversion, if you want to turn anything from the spiritual to the, is prayer. But prayer is only the first step. The other steps. Okay, this is what is called conversion. Making the things that are invisible, you see in the spirit, come to the physical. There are 5 steps involved. The first law of conversion is prayer. So sometimes things like fasting and other things relating to this come in here. And the moment you start doing this, that thing will take another shape. This conversion is like how you started as an unseen thing. And you ended up here, a human being. You first arrived as a baby. There are processes of conversion that started by taking a spirit being that existed. Because when God said, before I put you in your mother's womb, I knew you. It means you were in existence, but you were not physical. So, I came into service one time, I saw babies and angels trying to give those babies to people, but they don't exist on earth. You see? So the first thing that is precipitated out once you start praying is revelation. So let me give you some of the words, so that, because you need to know what this is. One of them is vision. One of them is ideas. We also use words like innovation. Innovations. Dreams. The first thing, once you start praying, because a lot of people don't know how God answers prayer. Once you start praying, the first answer, God said, and anytime you see it happen, you know God has answered your prayer. That's when I get up, I now speak with all the confidence in the world. For example, there is this one called impartation. Some of you probably have watched me. When impartation hit me, sometimes I shake physically. What shakes me, you don't see it. Bible said, and the Spirit of God came mightily upon Samson, and Samson shook. That was why the day the anointing, the Spirit had left him, he tried to shake like before, thinking he can now defeat and nothing happened. It's impartation. You call it anointing or whatever else you like to call it. If I'm praying and God pours His Spirit on me, I know He has answered me. If I'm praying and He starts dropping ideas that addresses what I'm talking, I know He has answered me. Because that's the first law. In the conception of human being, you call that one sperm, fertilization. And fertilization occur, you can't see a baby yet, the stomach is still flat. 2 weeks after, a girl that already is properly trained knows that she is pregnant. The amateur that don't know, sometimes don't know they are pregnant until later. And you can come with confidence and say to your husband, I'm pregnant. And the man that walks by side looks at your tummy is flat. There's no pregnancy. He looks at you. Everything is the same normal. The woman that is trained, because either through experience or through training, knows. Because there are signals that her body gives her. The commonest one is missing period. But some, it might not even be that yet. Some, they throw up. Some, they are little other signal. Temperature rises a little. Why the immature thinks he's having fever? There are signals that come from the spiritual realm to let you know that you have made contact. And until they happen, your prayer has not reached where it's supposed to go. Did you hear what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know. They pray and just start walking in assumption. You are not supposed to walk in assumption. There are spiritual signals that let you know when that prayer has achieved this result. Like the sperm has fertilized an egg. Why prayer itself? We call it here communion. Communion. Because it's supposed to be a two-way thing. I talk to God and I expect that He should talk back. When He starts talking back, you know you have stepped to level 2. And you might be waiting for Him to shout. He won't. And it's ideas that He said, my thoughts. He starts pushing those thoughts to you. And they are hitting. So you're picking them like text messages. You call them inspiration. The other things there like intuition. Intuition. You just know some things that you don't know before. You just know. The impression is given to your spirit. You just know. How do these people hear from God? I'm teaching you a technology now. This is spiritual life, real. I get out of that place of prayer with a knowing. Worship can do it too. Because anything that enables communion in marriage is called sex. Intercourse. Then you move to the second stage where there is ejaculation that produces fertilization. Because prayer can happen without producing this. And at that moment, you better not stop praying. I don't mean you can close your prayer meeting, but you have to come back another time. You have not solved the problem. The third stage now is you get what is called conviction. What do you mean by that? Let me give you some words that will help you know where you have it. One is a knowing. A knowing. You can't explain to people how you know, but you know. One is faith. The other is assurance. The other is boldness. The other is if I write belief, I'm trying to avoid it because it's different from somebody selling a new idea to you. You believe it. That's not what I'm talking. It's conviction. A knowing that you know. It has nothing to do with your head, because you can finish praying and open your eyes, things are worse. But inside, you know. There is also another word here, peace. These signals, and there are more signals, when they come, it means fertilization has occurred. Now, you can now tell the difference between some of us that have learned the lifestyle of the Spirit, what is called walking in the Spirit, and those that have not. This is what we are operating. It means the supernatural world is now invading your physical world. So at this stage, your conversion has gone halfway. Halfway. Actually, what you are praying about or believing for is no more in the realm of the Spirit. It now exists inside the man. It doesn't exist in heaven anymore. It has moved from heaven to inside you. The location now is here. Before you started, it's in the Spirit. Now, at this level, it's here. Do you know how you grow big churches? You carry them here. In the place of prayer, you move them out from the spiritual realm to here. You move Lagos. You see millions of people, you move it in here. You are carrying it like a woman is carrying a pregnancy. You have that knowing, that assurance. That's what people call faith. Faith. A man that has reached this level has steps to take to turn it into reality. And that's the 2 more steps I will show you. Of course, at this moment, it is real. A baby in the womb, is that a human being or not? But of course, you know, after sex and having a pregnancy, and the pregnancy incubates and grows for a period of time, and that's what happens here too. There's a period of time, gestation period, before it fully comes to pass. And those that are not trained, that's when they start saying, where is the thing now that God said? How come? Shut up. From the moment you got your wife pregnant to the time you got the baby out, you waited for 9 months, didn't you? The moment you put a seed in the soil and the time you collect the harvest, you wait for. But it's the same thing. The moment you complete architectural drawing and the work starts, and the time the building is finished, you wait for many and number of months. Once that building is completed on paper, the stage of conceptualization is completed. And that means pregnancy exists. So we should be talking about what can now bring it to pass. To move from spiritual to mental or visual building, and then all the way to physical building. So the next stage here is confession. Confession. Any dream that is not spoken will never happen. But there are a lot of words involved here. One of them is words. You cannot create anything without words. Just like God did not create anything without words. Governor Ambode is trying to create a bridge, a flyover at where? Aja. But even a governor with all the state funds cannot create that without words. It's not possible. That's why you have another word here called communication. You have another word called vision sharing. You have another word called declaration. You have even one we call prophesying. You saw it in Genesis, and God said, and God said, and God said. Then material world came to pass. But you know, God conceptualized all those things and was carrying them inside him. Look at zebra, look at light. You see that there is a design in creation. Look at man, look at woman. For those who thought we came out of Big Bang. How come your nostrils know where to stay? Your own stays there. His own stays there. Can't you see that it's design? When you see an estate and all the buildings look alike, can't you see somebody's brain that did that work? If it is Big Bang, his own nostrils will be here. The other person's own will be under the buttocks. The other person's own will be at the back. How come every woman, the fallopian tube is here? And the breast knows where to stay. What if the breasts are at the back? You sit on it. What if you carry your two breasts on your head? Design. Confession now. In the supernatural realm, there is prophesying. That's calling the things that be not as though, speaking them into reality, and you create them. But beyond speaking them into reality, we created this building. The CEC started conceptualizing. Actually, we were praying when God gave the idea. The second stage. Prayer first. Second stage, he brought the idea. Because what we have is that we have a building design. And the building was going to cost a couple of billions to do. And we have finished designing, and the architects have done their work. Last year, we even went to US trying to get some companies that will come and build that building in partnership with our own brethren or our own people here. But we were praying, God brought an idea. He said, that will take you a long time. And while you are waiting to do that, check how much you are spending for every camp meeting. And we saw how many millions we are wasting each time we do camp meeting. So he said, there is a faster way why you can still do your building over time. And since this is a building, who knows, that building will be another place. So, and the thing came out of where we're holding her praying, and it dropped. And when I shared it, I said, I want to know if the other people, and everybody lifted their hands that they got it. I said, what? You guys talk. And they finished telling me, they started giving me level 2. They even started giving me pictures of what it would look like. I gave them a day to come back. They came back with full-blown. Because another question, how do you make a tent covers 10,000 people? What will make it stand? How do you figure it out? They called the Chinese said they can't do one tent. But these guys have figured out how to, and they gave it to them and said, now we can build that one. And they said that what we are giving you is that every year you want to add another 5,000, you add. You want to add another, as long as your land can allow you. If you want that to grow to 50,000, you do it. We said, good idea. So because the CEC there was impartation of conviction, assurance. So when we took off, we were looking to some people like we are crazy. Because if you are not where the man who has laid hold of that substance, remember, faith is a substance. At this moment, you are in number 3. Substance. It's not yet physical, yet it's real. You are in number 3. So, did you notice the amount of communication? A lot of. It's not just calling it forth in the spirit. No dream happens until you share it. There are other people that must come on board. There are people that must network and bring finances. There is a lot of marketing. You can even put the word marketing there. That number 4. There's a lot of mobilization. You can even put the word mobilization there. There's a lot of communication to get other people on board. There's a lot of communication to get other people to buy in. I'm sure in your churches, pastors were talking about it. And I was having meetings, PCJ, CEC, and they were not just talking about it here. They were talking about it all over Nigeria, all over. Then when they started, there was even communication on the internet. And there were people giving money that we have not seen physically. No, because people who read Genesis will always say, God said. I say, call the things that be known. But you forget, one time he said, let us. This is communication. He is discussing that vision with other members of the Trinity. Let us make man in our image, after our. So a vision must move from personal vision to corporate vision before it happens. Can Ambode come and start carrying blocks to build a bridge? No. So if other people will be involved in doing it, there must be a lot of. The vision must jump out from governors' hearts to. And you can see me here talking about it. That communication takes on other dimensions. And finally, because you go now and conceive some properties, then you sit down wondering, how can that ever happen? Because I don't have the money. You don't have to have money to make anything happen. You don't have to have it. Joseph had nothing. He was in prison. They brought him out of prison. But next time he changed the nation. He had a vision. Pharaoh had the money. So a man that has a vision must hook up with the one that has the money. And then they share the glory. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? A man that has a vision must hook up with others that have the money. Sometimes an individual, sometimes more than. Joseph hooked up with Pharaoh. You might have to hook up with a group. Any vision that one man can build is not from God. It's too small. Real vision requires faith and requires a team. Hey, Jesus, thank you. Okay, I'll do that. I'm communicating with you, but I'm communicating with the invisible. You will learn this thing, because if you do, you're going to rule your world. God created his world, this world, with his words. You create your world with your words. Lift up one hand. Speak to. I don't know if you have finished with conceptualization. But even if you have not, you can also use your speaking to call the perfection of your concepts. Call those things. There might be things God has already laid in your heart. Maybe it's a business. Call it into existence. Call resources to come from the east and from the west to come and help you succeed. Build that thing. Call in network people to come to your aid. You are not helpless. You have access to the supernatural. I call for resources. I send the wind of God to blow resources in your direction. I send the wind of the Holy Ghost to blow partners, to blow networks, to blow opportunities in your direction. I send the wind of the Holy Ghost to blow my finances, multi-million finances, multi-million opportunities in your direction. Karos, sober, setebolos. I blow mega resources in your direction. I blow men with influence in your direction.
I blow, I get the bodo shokora. People that will control. You are going to find favor with people. People, certain strategic people are going to be brought into your life. Certain strategic people. Hale shokoto boy elego bush.
Bread of heaven, come from glory. Many things you are you are the bread of heaven, sent down from glory. Awesome ruler, awesome enter redeemer, say God with us, yeah, God with us, oh what a friend we have in you, sweet Jesus, that's what we call you, yeah. I say, what is the last step of conversion? Action. 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 And there are many words for that. There is the capital word, which is called WORK. Faith without works is dead. I hope you know that babies that grew in the womb can die. Babies grow for 9 months and can still die. Because there is a final step in bringing that baby forth. In the hospital they tell you, push! Ask Pastor Shola how much pushing was involved in bringing this to reality. Every morning, so many nights, I heard he slept here many nights. Ask PC, ask Pastor Sister, ask all the people that were involved in constructing that place. Push! Push! This final step decides whether the dream will live or die. Push!
And there are babies that they start coming out. They start coming out. They start coming out. They get to the bed canal. They are trapped. They need more push to get them out. Push! Because you get them trapped there for too long, they choke to them. There are times that delayed obedience is disobedience. It's hard work. Let nobody tell you. Sex might be fun, but delivery is work. Oh, beauty of dream. When you carry it in your mind, when you carry it in your spirit, when you see it, very interesting. But what it takes to push it out. Perspiration. Labor. Action steps. Following through. Day after day. Go to some places, they tell you no. You knock on 10 doors. You are not giving up. You finally knock. And this one opens. You try to sell to 10 people, they will not buy it. Finally you make this 11th when somebody buys. And this is where the tire meets the road. This is where you separate the men from the boys. Because at dreaming stage anybody can talk. And there's people with balloon dreams because they will never wake up from that sleep to leave it. When you finish dreaming, wake up, because it's in reality that you are going to see it happen. Dreams don't come to pass in a dream world. They come to pass in a real world. But the truth is, the dreams of yesterday become the realities of today. The dreams of today become the realities of tomorrow. You believe it. You're convinced of it. And you start acting. You start taking steps. And sometimes, like you ask them, processes involved. Sometimes you have to bring that in. That's not clear. It's not in line with. Fix it right. You attract people who don't see what you see well, so they try to do shortcuts or try to undermine the vision. You insist. Through communication, you carry them along. Dream becomes more powerful than the original man that saw it. When through communication, it becomes shared dreams. You give people ownership. Anybody that see, oh, my dream, he's not ready to see it happen. A baby is not born by a man or a woman. It's born by a couple. It's our baby. It takes a team to make a dream happen. Somebody hearing what I'm saying? You say, I only walk alone. I don't walk with people. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with a team. Go together. If you want sustainability, believe in others. Believe in others. The Lord gave me an instruction. Of course, I have declared a 30 days fast. I will be the number one person in the front. Of course, my own has already taken off. First of all, anybody all over this ministry, even outside this ministry, has prayer requests, things that are critical that want God to give you. Write it on paper, send it to me. Keep your own copy. When you send prayer requests, write your own copy, because how do you know when God answers you if you don't keep what you wrote? Send it to me, because every day we're going to be on it. I don't make promises carelessly like this. It's like I'm saying no traveling for me for the next 4 weeks, this June. I can't promise you that I won't travel, but June I'm instructed to sit down in one place. And we have programs, and God said, cancel out that. But these ones that are Monday, Tuesday, go and do it for. I have a few things to do for PFN around here, but all of those other things, cancel them. I said the people that book will be annoyed. He said, let them be.
Because every Saturday, come and meet me. I'm going to help you not only get pregnant, I'm going to help you bet it. Do you know why they need midwives? Because when you get to push, they need assistance. Because there are times the push becomes difficult. They might have to open here and bring out that baby, save the mother and save the baby. There are times the little encouragement for midwife, that inspiration, that whatever is what enables you exact that final step, and the baby is out. You know the beautiful thing about this thing, once that baby out, all the pressure lifts, and it's like the betting of a new morning. Few days to come with it, if you see. I don't even know how you guys didn't break down. Even BCJ, I don't understand. He had iron on his leg, paining him. He has gone for the operation now. I said, my friend, because when Pastor Sarah alerted me, I said, my friend, where I've asked them, I've given them instruction, book you for surgery. He said, Pastor, I'm not going anywhere to that building. Stand. I said, are you crazy? Your life and the building will continue. He said, no, until after cabinet. That PCJ. Come meeting finish, I called them to book that operation. And then a week or two after that, they refused. I came back from the trip, they told me he refused to go. I summoned them. Are you alright? What is wrong? He said, until they finish your birthday. I said, what? Birthday? Me that is still planning to live 120 years, that will be celebrating every year. What are you talking about? Other people will take care of it. You see, work. You see, a lot of people do lip service to what they call a vision. A vision will cost you. That's why no matter how psychedelic a lady is, let her go through pregnancy and delivery, something will mature. There's something that endures to a woman. That's what you have there are the 5 laws of compassion. I see an army that will do warfare and see the kingdom of God established with all the weapons of our warfare, including the weapons of financial resources. Because there are things the kingdom faces. Prayer alone can't do it. You just check, that solves it. In the realm of the spirit, faith answers to everything. In the realm of the physical, money answers all things. Try it next time. If you have a landlord, when it's time to pay him rent, go there and say, Rebo Sakatapa. Share it. Oga, open your eye. Share it. I leave school in your hand. Landlords don't know how to eat spiritual money. They don't know how to eat it. That money must go through conversion so you can reach level 5. Because after level 5, what you have is manifestation. Write it. Manifestation. Or what we call results. Or what we call reality. Actually, they were real all the other time, but it's now physical reality. It has been spiritual reality, then it became a mental reality, a dream, a vision, and a possessive vision. Now it's a physical reality. It went from the realm of the spirit to a pregnancy, and from the realm of pregnancy to the realm of a baby. There are other laws of life beyond this, but anybody that obeys these 5 laws will see whatever it is that God told him come to pass. Now, you can now understand what is wrong with modern day church. Some jump and start with confession. So they are speaking something they don't believe, because words work if there is conviction in the heart. Have you seen now? They are saying it, but inside them there is no conviction, there is no assurance. There is that force that makes words creative, is the force of faith. It doesn't exist in them. How will they get that force? They need to go to first stage, which is communion. In a place of communion with God, revelation drops. Revelation is what precipitates faith. What is the mother of faith? Revelation. What is the mother of faith? Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of. When God drops something in your spirit, it precipitates faith. It's like trying to start the process of childbirth without sex. You just jump to confession and say, I'm pregnant, I'm pregnant, I'm pregnant, I'm pregnant, and maybe even put something on your tongue. I'm pregnant. No. Faith is not a struggle. Pregnancy is not a struggle. It's the result of intercourse. Faith too is not a struggle. It's the result of communion. In the place of communion, God impregnates your spirit. So if you see somebody who has that spiritual audacity, you know he's the man that has learned to be with God. Or if, because there is one of the process that happen in communion that can also generate faith. It's called hearing. He may have been playing a tape. He may have been reading one book. He may have been in prayer. He may have been in waiting before God. And then there is impregnation. So when he comes out, he talks like he's drunk. The man that is in the natural looks at what he's saying, he said. That's why sometimes some people say, oh, these pastors, their mouth is just sweet and you're deceiving the public. We're operating from 2 different levels. You are a man of the flesh. I'm talking from the realm of the spirit. If not, tell me how a man tells people, move forward. The Egyptians you see today, you will see no more. These are people that are not armed. And then this is an armed army pursuing them. It tells them, move forward. Move forward where? What we can see before us is a Red Sea. How do you tell 3 million people to move forward? Move where? Where is the bridge? Are you mad, Moses? But where did Moses get the audacity to say that? Because God, he was talking to the Lord. See, the Egyptians, they've come to kill us. And God said, calm down. The Egyptians you see today, you will see them no more. So at that moment you lay hold of something, substance, that is not yet physical, but yet is real. The substance of things hoped for.
Have you been impacted by this message? Please share your experience with Pastor David Ogbueli. Email address dominionimagemedia@yahoo.com or call 017926879. 0803-435-7959, 0803-590-9900, 0805-315-3823.